inside your RoyalQ robot. Okay, sorry for that. I forgot to to record the training. Thank you so much for doing it on my behalf. Yeah, so like I was saying, we are trying to make our level best, ladies and gentlemen, so that you are dependent on, you are independent, not dependent on us. So we are giving you signals that you are using to trade. We are having technical analysis class where you are able to learn on how to analyze the market. All right. The idea is if there are no signals, you should be able to look at any coin and see if it tells you that it is ready to be traded or not. All right. So we are not leaving it there, like I said already. We also want to show you that using the RoyalQ robot, you can make entries using indicators that RoyalQ has recommended, and it decided to bring them inside the app so that you are able to make entries in the market. So there is no excuse that I'm failing to win, I'm failing to trade because of 1, 2, 3. No, I think these three things that we are doing, it's gonna help us to equip and make us to be traders who knows what they are doing. Okay, so let's get into our training for tonight. Yes, this is Coach Mo. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary for me to introduce myself. All right. So let's get into our training for tonight. I hope I'm still loud and clear. I hope I'm still loud and clear. All right, because I don't want anybody to remain behind. My co-host, if I happen that I'm breaking, my network is not okay, please keep on reminding me. Yeah, keep on reminding me if I happen that I'm breaking or I'm having an issue with the network. Okay, so let's get into our training. Allow me to share my screen. Probably let me use my other gadget. Yes, let me do this. Just a moment.
Recording in progress.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to share my screen and then we get into our training tonight. Okay, let me know if you are able to see my screen. Please indicate in the chat if I'm sharing screen. Indicate in the chat if you are able to see my screen. If my screen is visible, indicate in the chat. Okay. All right. Clear. Thank you so much. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is our RoyalQ application that you are able to see on the screen. So inside this application, we do have indicators, different indicators. Whenever you open any coin, whether you are in the spot market or whether you are in the futures market, whenever you open any coin, you are going to find out that RoyalQ is able to give us something like this, which we call a chart. Okay, you are able to come and see this type of a thing on your screen whenever you are setting a trade. you have to pass through here. Okay, so you are going to have this display over here, which are candles. All right, yes. So you are able to have an overview. Okay, you are able to have an overview of how the coin that you are setting is performing using your RoyalQ application. And there is a time frame. If you are able to look in this area here, it is for the time frame. Okay, so there is 15 minutes time frame, there is 1 hour, there is 4 hours, there is 1 day. Okay, as you can see, the time progresses. So you are able to have a look at that particular coin you are deciding to set on a different time frame. If you want to check how this coin is performing in 15 minutes time frame, you are going to have a chart. Okay, you're gonna have a chart showing candles how the coin is performing in a 15.
My leader, please, it seems we've lost you. I don't know if you can hear us. Kindly adjust. Thank you.
Okay, my apologies. Like I said, my network, I knew that something is not okay. Am I back?
Yes,
Am I
please,
back?
you're back. We can hear you loud and clear. Thank you.
Okay. All right, let me share my screen again. Right. So I was talking about looking at the market in a different time frame. Okay, you wanna look at the market in a different time frame, and if you wanna look it in a shorter time frame, or you wanna look at it in a longer time frame, that's what the time frame is all about. All right. So RoyalQ is able to give us this type of a structure, or this type of a graph, okay, so that we are able to have at least an overview of how the coin is performing. Right. So when you come here on this chart, you are going to see that there are different indicators that RoyalQ has put. They are called inbuilt indicators. So you see, we do have moving average. Okay, there are moving averages here. There are Bollinger Bands here. We do have the volume indicator over here. We do have the MACD over here. We do have the KDJ over here. Also, we do have the RSI indicators. Right. So out of these 6 indicators, the 3 indicators, these ones, they are used to make entries in the market, while the rest of the 3, they are here to give you an overview of how the market is performing. All right. As you can see, when you look up here, you are able to see these lines that are running here. You can see 3 different lines with different colors. This is an indicator. All right. So you can be able to have a look and see how the market is performing by looking at these indicators. We normally teach these indicators in our technical analysis on how to use them to get interpretation of what is happening in the market. So we always teach about these other indicators. Actually, all of them, we normally teach them, okay, so that you are able to see when this line, okay, for example, when this line is above here, this one is in the middle, and this one is down here. What is the interpretation? When candles are growing above this orange line here, what is the interpretation? What if the candles are growing below it? What does it mean? All right. So that's not my focus. I just want you to know that these 3 indicators, you are able to put them on your screen and you can have an overview. For example, see, I have moved the moving average here. Okay, this is the moving average indicator. So I have moved it. If I want to put it on, I will just tap on it. It will appear on the screen, or it's going to appear in the chart. Okay, that's the moving average. If I want to remove, I remove. You can see there is no indicator up here. All right. If I want to use the Bollinger Bands, can you see? These are the Bollinger Bands, though they may look the same like the moving average, but it's just a matter of colors. All right. So this is Bollinger Bands that you are seeing there, because the Bollinger Bands, they always make a bubble and then they break. All right. So if you want to use a volume indicator, you can also put your volume indicator. Is going to appear right here and you see the volume of the market. All right. If you want to use MACD, then MACD also is going to come down here where you are able to set it down here. Okay. So these are indicators that we are having in our RoyalQ robot. Right. Now, our focus tonight is how to make entry using one of the indicators called the MACD. That is our focus tonight. How to make entry using the MACD indicator available in our RoyalQ robot. Okay. Now, before we learn how to use this indicator to set a trade, we need to understand how the indicator works. We need to understand how the indicator works. All right. So before we go and learn about the indicator, let me find out if we are still together. If we are still together, please drop me a 1 in the chat if we are still together up to this far. I want to see if we are still together. Drop me a 1 in the chat if we are still together. Okay. All right. Thank you. So we want to go and look at this indicator called the MACD. What does it mean? How does it work? Before we come here and start using this indicator in our RoyalQ robot. So I'm going to take you to trading view. All right. So that I'm able to explain properly about the indicator. Okay. So let's go to trading view application. Let's come to trading view application. Okay. So that we can have a look at this indicator called the MACD. Okay, I see I'm kicked out again. Let me try to do it here. Let me try to do it here. Let me try to do it here. Just a moment. My network tonight is not good at all, but I think it will survive. Okay, let me do this. Let me see. Just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so let me share my screen here. Maybe it will do us better. Okay, so let me go to trading view. Okay, is my screen visible? Is my screen visible?
Yes, please. It's visible. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so let's come over here and then learn a little bit about the MACD indicator. So the MACD indicator, the word MACD is an abbreviation that stands for moving average convergence divergence indicator. Okay, the M is for moving, the A is for average. So we do have moving averages. Okay, so these moving averages, they are these lines that you are seeing over here. Okay, the moving averages, they are these two lines that you are seeing here, this line and this line. Okay, I'm sure this is orange, this is blue, right? So these are two moving averages. So these two moving averages, when they are moving, somewhere you are going to see them that they are going to converge. Okay, they are going to converge. Can somebody find the meaning of converge? Can somebody find the meaning of converge? Yes. Can somebody get the meaning of converge and drop it in the chat? Can somebody get the meaning of converge as well as diverge? Can somebody find the meaning of divergence or diverge? Yes, I want us to learn it together so that we understand when we say moving average, divergence, convergence, or convergence, divergence. Yes, I want to see. I'm trying to engage you. Yes. Can someone drop us the meaning of converge and diverge? Yes, converge and diverge. Let me come in the chat. Let me see. All right, separate. Is converge to meet or diverge is to meet? I want you to start with converge. Give me the meaning of converge. Give me the meaning of converge first before we go to diverge. Give me the meaning of converge. Give me the meaning of converge. Converge is to meet. All right, to come together. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Now, let's go to diverge. Let's go to diverge. Diverge. Diverge is to separate. Okay. All right. Now we are together. So let's come back here. Let's come back here on these two lines. Okay, now you are participating. I'm sure it's gonna get to your mind now. It's gonna get it to your head. So this is what I was trying to say. When we say MACD, okay, when we say MACD, we are talking about two moving averages, okay? Moving averages, these two lines. When these two moving averages, when they are moving, somewhere they are going to meet, which is converge, okay? Somewhere they are going to meet. For example, can you see here, they met, all right? Somewhere they are going to meet, but somewhere they are going to diverge. They will separate. Okay, so you can see that when they meet here, they are going to separate. One will be going the other side, one will be going the other side. So that's the meaning of the MACD. It's about two moving averages that converges and also diverges. Now, wherever there is a convergence, there is something there when it comes to the interpretation of this indicator. Wherever the two moving averages try to converge, there is a message there. Okay? Now, when they converge, you see that also they will meet. After meeting again, you see them diverging, okay? Separating from each other. So this is what we are going to learn, how this indicator works. Let me find out. Let me find out before I proceed further if this is clear about the word MACD, moving averages, convergence, divergence indicator. Yes. Are we still together? Are we still together? Are we still together? Okay, it is clear. Okay, let's continue now. So this indicator, the MACD indicator, which comprises first of all the moving averages. The moving averages does not come alone. They also come with these kind of bars that looks like bars. Yes, they look like bars. If I may try to enlarge my screen, okay, you can see the MACD indicator, it also comprises of these bars. These bars, they are called histograms, okay? They are called histograms, all right? They are part of the indicator, histograms. So these histograms also, they carry a message in combination with these two lines, the blue line and the orange line. These are called histograms. These histograms, they come in two pairs. They come in two pairs in terms of color. You can see we do have histograms that are in green, okay? We do have histograms that are in green. The histograms that are in green, they normally appear on top, okay? They appear on top. Between these histograms and these ones here, okay, you can see we do have two types here. We do have the green ones, we do have the red ones. Between the green ones and the red ones, here in the middle, there is a line that separates these two. So this line is called the zero line. So the histograms, they grow above and below. The ones that grows above, they are green in color, okay? They are green in color according to this indicator and the colors I have chosen. Remember, it is all about the choice of color that I want to use. Okay, so you can see that some they grow above the zero, some they grow below the zero. So let us understand. what is the meaning or what message do these histograms carry? The histograms, they carry a message about how much volume is in the market. Remember, when we were learning about candles, we said that green candles, they are for buyers, okay? Green candles, they are for buyers, while red candles, they are for sellers, right? So if buyers, they are the ones that are dominating in the market, you are going to see the signal or the strength of buyers, okay? You're gonna see the volume of buyers in the market, how they are pushing the price. It is indicated by the strength of the histograms. So these histograms, they are able to tell you how much volume is available in that particular asset when it comes to which power is in control. Is it buyers or is it sellers? So if it is buyers, you are going to see green histogram. When the buyers are losing momentum, you are going to see that the color green changes to light green. It will be changing, as you can see here. All right, here it means there was more volume of buyers, then price went up. When the price went up, then buyers could not contend the price further up. As a result, they started losing their power. When they started losing their power, it was indicated by the appearance of the light green histograms that buyers now, they are losing momentum, they are losing their power. If I may bring this other part here, if I may bring this other part here that I have pushed on top here, all right? I do have candles on top here. Let me remove or hide this indicator over here, all right? So I do have candles on top here. Okay, if I may bring it this way, you can see that when buyers were in control here from this position, when they were pushing the price to the top, can you see the color and the strength of histograms that were developing here? Can you see? This indicates the power that is here on top. So when buyers start losing momentum, when they start losing their power to push the price further, you can see that the color of the histograms is changing to light green. So can you see what is happening? What type of candles are growing here? Can you see what type of candles are growing there? It is showing you that now buyers, they are there, but they are not powerful as they were before. So the color is changing to light green. It will reach a point when buyers, they have lost control of the price. You will see that now red histograms will start to grow here. You are going to see red histograms starting to grow here below the zero line, like what happened here. Okay, like what happened here. So you're gonna see red histograms emerging here. It shows that now it is sellers that are in control. Let me find out if I am giving the message home when it comes to histograms. The green histograms, they indicate volume of which power is in control. If it is sellers that are in control, you are going to see red histograms developing. Okay, like here. Can you see over here? Can you see over here? If you are able to see this area here and this area here, it means here sellers were in control. As you can see, the color of the histogram. When sellers were in control, they reached a point where they could not hold the price keeping it further down. Okay, they started losing their momentum in the market, their power of selling. As a result, when they started losing that, we saw light red histograms appearing. This was showing that sellers, they are no longer powerful as they were before. Then you see the histograms becoming light red to the extent that the light red finished, and then we saw the appearance of green histograms growing on top of the zero line. That's when you are able to see what started to happen here. So the connection of this, okay, the connection of this histogram is interpreted from what is happening above there. Is this clear? Is this clear? We are trying to understand the MACD indicator. We are not done yet. We are not done yet. Let me see if we are still together. Is this clear about the histograms? The histograms on the MACD indicator? Because when we go to RoyalQ, we are not going to see this. The reason why I have come to TradingView, it is for better understanding of the indicator. Because in RoyalQ, you're not going to be able to see clearly these histograms properly. All right? You cannot even enlarge your screen. All right? So I want you to connect all these things together. Okay, now let's come here. I said that the moving averages, the two moving averages, they do not work alone. They work hand in hand with the histograms. So the red histograms represents the strength for sellers. Okay, volume for sellers. How much volume of selling activity is in the market? Okay, the red histograms, they tell you how much volume when it comes to selling activity is in the market. While the green histograms, they tell you how much buying activity is in the market. So it is all represented by the histograms in terms of their colors. All right. So you can see that these histograms, they come also like bars. You are going to see different sizes of bars. When the volume is high, you are going to see a very long bar. Okay, as you can see these bars here. As you can see these bars here, you will see that each and every bar here, okay, each and every bar here represents or is in line with a candle up here. If we are to draw lines here, if we were to draw lines here, let's say, let's draw some vertical lines, okay, you can see that each and every bar is connected to a candle up here. Each and every bar is connected to a candle up here. Can you see? Each and every bar is connected to a candle up there. You can see this. Each and every bar here is connected to a candle. If we are to draw, you will see like what I'm doing now. Okay? Like what I'm doing now, you can see that. So this is what the histograms indicate in terms of what's happening in the market, in terms of buying power and selling power. All right, now let's come here now. Let's come here and finish up these moving averages, these two moving averages. All right, so these two moving averages, according to the setting, let me hide this. Let me push this up here so that we can have the bigger space to explain. These two moving average here, the blue one, okay? The blue one is called the MACD line. Okay, the blue one is called the MACD line. While this one, which is orange in color, it is called the signal line. Okay, the blue one is called the MACD line. The orange one is called the signal line. The MACD line, it is a 12 moving average. Can you see numbers on top here? Can you see these numbers? There is 12 and 26. So it means the blue line, which is the MACD line, is a 12 moving average, while the orange line, which is the signal line, it is a 26 moving average. What do we mean when you say 12 moving average, 26 moving average? It simply means that this MACD line, it looks at the previous 12 candles. When you come up here, you can see the presence of candles. So this line is able to give you information about previous 12 candles from the current price. From the current price, it is going to show you, okay, it's going to give you data of the previous 12 candles. While this one, the signal line, it looks at 26 candles. That's why there is 12 and 26. So this tells us that the 12 moving average moves faster than the 26 moving average, simply because this one only looks at 12 candles, while this one looks at 26 candles. So this one moves faster than this one. Is that clear? Is that clear? Is that clear? Is that clear? I want to finish up and then we go to RoyalQ and learn how do we set this indicator so that it can make entries for us. Okay? Yes. Is this clear? I've got a lot of yeses. It means it is clear. Okay. So let me come back here. Now, please, you need to give me attention here because this is the last part. You need to give me attention. So in the beginning, I did ask you a question. I said that what is to converge? What is to diverge? Then you told me that to converge is to meet, while to diverge is to separate. So I said that these two moving average, at a certain point when they are moving, they are going to find a place. They will find a place where they see themselves meeting together. Okay, they meet together. When they meet, you are going to see that in most cases, the blue line will come and cross the orange line. The MACD line will come and cross the signal line. As you can see here, the MACD line, it came from below. It is crossing over to go above the signal line, which is the orange line. So when this type of a cross is happening, this cross, it is called a golden cross. Okay? It is called a what? A golden cross. When the blue line is crossing over the orange line to move above it, you can see it is moving above. Here is the orange line, which is a signal line. It is moving on this side, while the blue line is moving on this side. So it is moving above the orange line. So when this type of a cross happens, it means that it is an opportunity. It is an opportunity to buy. Okay, it is an opportunity to buy. Wherever there is a golden cross, it is an opportunity to enter the market. If I may bring the candles up here, okay, if I may bring the candles up here, all right, and then we look at this cross that happened here. If we are to draw a line here, if we are to draw a vertical line here where the crossover happened, okay, if we are to draw a line here where the crossover happened, okay, my cursor is dancing, but let me try to bring this dot down here so that I can try to put it at the right place. Okay, let me just put it here. Okay, so where this crossover happened, okay, where this crossover happened, and it is called a golden cross. When you look up here, when you look up here, you can see that the market, it went high up. If we are to bring this, you can see that from this candle here, okay, the market went up high to this level. All right, as you can see where the high is indicated of the market here, you can see that this is how high the market went. So whenever there is a golden cross, if someone spots the golden cross, okay, if someone sees this happening and makes an entry here and makes an entry here, when the golden cross is happening, whether you are trading in spot or whether you are trading in futures, tell me, according to what you are understanding, if you find a golden cross like this happening and then you make an entry, what is going to become of your trade? Give me an answer in the chat. Give me an answer in the chat. Whenever you happen to spot a golden cross like here, and then you make an entry, you set a trade and you enter, what is going to become of your trade? Give me an answer in the chat. What's going to become of your trade that you have taken according to your understanding? What's going to become of your trade? What's going to become of your trade? What is going to become of your trade? Yes, it's a long position because the market is going up. Price is moving from below, it is going up. Like I said, that you can see the power that is dominating. Okay, the power that is dominating, it is a buying power because of the presence of the green candles as well as the green histograms. So you are having a high chance that you are going to become successful in this trade. All right, you're gonna become successful in this trade whenever a MACD crossover is happening, which is called a golden cross. So a golden cross, it is a position where buyers are making an entry in the market. You are actually doing a long if you are trading in futures. You are making a what? A long trade. You are setting a long trade here. So if you are to collect your take profit, if we were to measure from here, from this candle here, let me bring a measurement here. If we are to measure our price here, okay, if we are to measure our price here, where is my price range now? Where is my price range? Is it here? Or I'm not seeing it. Seems like some of my tools are not here. Okay. Oh, I'm having only trend lines. Okay, let me do this. I'm under drawings. Okay, let me bring it here and do this. Let me come back here. I want my other tools here. Okay, yeah, I got my favorites. I think I'll get my price range. Here it is. Okay, so if we are to measure from this candle where the crossover happened, all right, then we go up here up to the high of the market. Let me just put it here. Okay, that's how the high went, if I may end up there. This is like 80% from where the golden cross happened. Okay, from where the golden cross was spotted, that this is real a crossover. You can see that the market went up to 8% upward. So if you are to enter here and you are only looking for 1%, you are only looking for 1%, you are looking for 2%, is this going to be achievable? Is this going to be achievable? Give me an answer in the chat. We are trying to spot what opportunities the MACD indicator brings whenever a golden cross is happening. The opportunities what the MACD indicator brings when a golden cross is happening. What are the chances of your 1% profit? It means you are going to achieve it. It's going to be a successful trade. Thank you so much. Right. So this golden cross, instead of you coming to monitor here, this indicator is planted in your RoyalQ robot. Okay? This indicator is planted in your RoyalQ robot. So RoyalQ says you can set this indicator. The robot is going to monitor whenever a golden cross like this one is happening, then the robot should enter the market for you. Are you understanding me? The reason why I was explaining, I wanted you to understand what normally happens with the indicator. I'm not done yet, but I wanted you to know that you don't need to worry that you are not an expert to understand these things, to come here and analyze all these things. No, you are not an expert yet. But the RoyalQ robot is doing monitoring of this. Whenever this is happening, the robot is going to make an entry for you. So you only need to set the robot. The robot will monitor this crossover, which is called the golden cross. Now, we have understood about the golden cross. Now, let me explain something. Can you see that this golden cross here, it is happening below the zero line? I said that between the green histograms and the red histograms, there is a line dividing them, which is called the zero line. So this crossover, the golden cross, can happen below the zero line. Sometimes it can happen above the zero line. When I say above the zero line, it means these two lines, they are crossing each other above here. Let me look for a position where these two lines were crossing each other above. Let me try to see if I can find that position. Okay. For example, let's just look at this one. What's happening here now? They want me to pay. Okay. Can you see here? This crossover here? This crossover here? There is a crossover that happened here. The blue line crossing the orange line. But it was happening above. Can you see? Here is our zero line. All right? This is our zero line. So there was a golden cross that was happening here, but it was happening above the zero line. So some of the golden cross may happen above, some of them may happen below, like the one that we were just looking at. It happened below, like this one. It happened below the what? The zero line. Okay? So when you are setting your RoyalQ robot, RoyalQ is also bringing all these settings that you can command the robot to monitor a golden cross that is happening below the 0 line, or it should be monitoring a golden cross happening above the 0 line. You can set all this in your RoyalQ robot. So that is about a golden cross. Let us look for another cross, probably that we can use when we are doing futures trading, because the golden cross can be applied when you are trading in the spot market. Okay, you can also use it when you are trading in the futures market, when you are doing the long positions. Okay, you can use golden cross to make entries, long positions. Right, now there is another cross now after this blue line, which is called the MACD line. Okay, which is called the MACD line, has managed to cross, and the cross is called a golden cross. And then the market goes high up to that level, as you can see. Then a position will come where buyers will no longer continue, or will no longer have the power to continue pushing the price high up. Okay, there will be some selling activity that is going to happen. When the selling activity started to happen, you are going to see that the green histograms will be losing momentum, and it will be coming light, as you can see here. Okay, now you are able to see that the blue line, let me try to extend here. I just want you to see something here. Can you see what is happening here? Can you see what is happening here? The blue line, when it went up, start moving above the orange line here. Okay, can you see it has been moving above it? Now it is bending, it is coming down. It wanted to cross again the orange line. It is coming to cross here. Can you see? It is coming to cross here. If this power, can you see the selling power that is happening here? Can you see this candle here? Can you see how much volume is in this candle? Can you see over here? Can you see? Can you see how much volume is in this candle over here? If you are able to see, there is a lot of selling pressure here. There is a lot of selling pressure here, right? So when this is happening, look at this blue line. This is starting to point it down, meaning to say buyers now, they are losing power. Okay, so there a time will come where this blue line will now meet again the orange line, which is the signal line. Then it will cross to come down. When it crosses to come down, okay, the blue line will be below, the orange line will be above it. So this type of a cross that might happen here, it is called a death cross. A death cross. So you can use the death cross to do a short trade in futures. Are we together? Because now the market is going downward. So you can short the market. So you can use the the death cross when it happens to make an entry, to instruct your robot in futures that please make an entry for me whenever a death cross is happening. I want a short. So the robot will only enter a short trade when a death cross is happening using the MACD indicator. As you can see what is about to happen here. Are we together? Are we together about the two crosses, the golden cross and the death cross? Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? Are we learning? Are we learning? Are we learning? Are we learning? Okay. So if this cross happens here, If this cross happens here, let us look at this. If this cross really happens here, and you happen to make a short, you have entered a short, do you think what is going to become of your trade when this death cross happens here? And then your robot enters the market. What do you think will become of your trade? What are the chances of you winning the trade and the chances of you losing the trade? Let us look at history. Let us look at history here before maybe we answer that question. Let me bring scenarios where a death cross happened. Let me bring scenarios where a death cross happened. Okay? So that you are able to answer the question. Can you see here? Let me pick a correct one. I want a clear one. I want a clear one. Okay, let me do this first. Let me make this size up to push there so that we can have a bigger space of understanding the death cross. Okay, of understanding the death cross. Right? Let us look at this area here. Let us look at this area here. When the death cross happened, it started from here. Where is my cursor? Okay, there it is. Okay, so can you see here? There was a death cross that happened here. Yes, the blue line was moving below. Then here it was like it want to cross over. There was a crossover here, but it was not real. It was a fake one. All right, it was a fake one. Then after that, the blue line came to cross. Okay, the blue line came to cross. Then it completely crossed. When it completely crossed, see what happened afterwards. See what happened afterwards. When this death cross happened here, though it started here, the market is showing you signs, because remember, it was an uptrend. This was an uptrend here. Can you see? This was an uptrend all along. This was an uptrend. This was an uptrend. Then the buyers could not continue. If I was to bring the candles down here, okay? If I was to bring the candles down here so that you are able to relate the two situations. If I was to bring the candles down here so that I connect this MACD crossover, what happened here? Okay, what happened here when a crossover happened? There was a movement of price going high up. If we are to draw our straight line there, you will see that there was an uptrend. The market went high up. Okay, so it has been high up. It has been moving up to this level. Then we saw something happening here. Buyers failing to contain the price on top here. Okay, so we saw that there was a death cross trying to happen here, but it completely succeeded somewhere here. Then we saw this downfall of price here. All right, so if you instruct your robot that monitor a death cross for me, whenever you see a death cross, enter the market for me, what are your chances of you winning the trade? According to what you are seeing here in terms of the MACD death cross, and you are shorting the market, what are your chances? Give me an answer in the chat. What are your chances? What are your chances? What are your chances? Somebody says I should repeat the death cross. I should repeat the death cross. I should repeat the death cross. The death cross, it is when the blue line, which is the MACD line, comes and cross over the signal line, which is the orange line according to these two lines here. When the blue line comes and cross the orange line to move below it, it is called a death cross. While a golden cross, it is when the blue line crosses the orange line to start moving above it. So the death cross, it is for a downfall. It indicates market going downward. Whenever a death cross happens, it indicates selling pressure. When a golden cross happens, it indicates buying pressure. So you can use these two crossovers as your point of entry, looking at which market are you trading in. If you are in the spot market, then you can use the golden cross. If you are in the futures market, you are doing a long position, you can also use the golden cross. But when you are in the futures market, you want to short the market is going downward, then your reference of entry should be the death cross. Is this clear? I want us to go to RoyalQ now so that we are able to see where do we set this MACD indicator so that the robot can monitor a position of entry in the market. Are we clear? Are we clear? Can we proceed? I want to see. Are we clear? Can we proceed? Can we proceed? I don't want to leave anyone behind. This is a matter of life and death. Yes, this is a matter of life and death. All right. So I don't want to leave anyone behind. Okay. Because this is an opportunity for you to set your robot to monitor these two crossovers, the death cross and the golden cross. Yes. The death cross can happen, I mean, mostly it should be above, because remember, we are talking about a downfall of a market. Okay. But it can also happen below the zero line. Do you know the reason why? Sometimes the market can make a crossover, okay, can make a crossover which is a golden cross. For example, here, okay, you are going to see scenarios. You're going to see scenarios. Let me look in history if I can find something that I can relate to. Okay, if I can find something that I can relate to. Okay, for example, here. All right, let me enlarge the screen so that I can explain this better. Okay, can you see there was a golden cross here? Where is my cursor now? Is it up or is it down? Okay, it is up. All right, can you see this was a golden cross? Are we together? This was a golden cross. The golden cross, it happened below the zero line. Okay, the golden cross happened below the what? The zero line. The market went up. Before it went above the zero line, the market changed direction again while it was still below. So we see a death cross happening below the what? The zero line. We see a death cross what? Happening here. So the death cross can happen below or above the zero line. Okay, the death cross can happen above and below the zero line. The same applies to the golden cross. Is that clear? I was answering the question. Someone was trying to understand the death cross. Can it happen below only, or it can happen above? Okay. Yes. Yes, the death cross can happen below or above. Okay. We're gonna go to RoyalQ. I wanted you to understand first how the indicator works. All right. I wanted you to understand first how the indicator works when you are setting it in RoyalQ, because I told you in RoyalQ is a bit limited. You only set it up. You're not gonna be able to analyze the way we are doing it here. All right. So let's go to RoyalQ since now you have understood this. Let's come to RoyalQ now. Let's come here. Where is the RoyalQ application? Okay, here we are. Right. So let's come here. We want to set the the MACD indicator. It should monitor the happening of a crossover. Okay, whether it is a golden crossover or whether it is a death crossover, depending on which market you want to trade. So let's start with the golden cross. All right, let's start with the golden cross. So the golden cross is available both in the futures market and yes, because in the futures market we do have the long. All right, in the futures market we do have the long and we do have the short. So those that are in the spot market, you're gonna only set your robot to monitor a golden cross because you are only trading the upward movement of price. In the spot market, we only trade the upward movement of price. We don't trade the downward movement. There is no trading of the downward movement. So in the spot market, you cannot set a death cross. Okay? In the spot market, there is no death cross. It is only in the futures market, those that are shorting the market. All right? I want you to understand me. So let's open any coin here. For example, let's look at this coin that is having green. All right. Okay. So this is the coin called 1000 source. So when you are trying to set this trade up, all right, when you come and tap create, okay, then we proceed with the creation, right? Then we tap I understand, all right? Then we tap on trade setting. Here, I'm only focusing on showing you how do you set the MACD indicator. I'm not into showing you about your trade settings, okay? I'm not into that today. You have been learning about your margin configurations, the setting of the trade and everything. Here it is only where do you set the MACD indicator. So you're gonna come here and tap on trade setting. When you tap on trade setting, okay, you are going to come on this page. If you are setting the trade for the first time, when I say first time, I'm simply saying you are trading this coin for the first time. You have never traded it before. Okay, it is your first time to trade or to set it up. Normally, it gives you this page where there is manual create and smart create. So we normally do manual create. We are wanting to set our own settings. That's what we call manual create. So we're going to tap on the manual section. When we tap on the manual section, then it is going to give us this page where we put in our trade settings. Okay? This is the page where we put our first buy-in amount, yes, our margin call limit. Okay? I understand you know these things, all right? So when you are on this page, you scroll down where there is the word save. Next to the word save, just slightly above it, there is what we call advanced settings. Remember, these advanced settings, they are optional. Why are they optional? Because you can trade without using the indicators. You can set a trade without using indicators. For example, when you are setting a signal that is given, you do not use advanced setting. No, you only set your trade and then you click save, then you start the trade. But in this scenario, you want to lay a trap that the robot should be monitoring the happening of a crossover in MACD. Whether that crossover is a golden cross or it is a death cross. But you want the robot to monitor this for you. Whenever it happens, let the robot enter the market for the first time using what we call your first buy-in amount. Please understand me. When you set a MACD indicator for the robot to monitor, the robot does not use MACD indicator to buy your margin calls. The robot uses the indicator to make first entry in the market using your first buy-in amount. It is entering for the first time. Are we together? You should not think that when the robot buys first time with your first buy-in amount, it is going to use the indicator as well to buy margin calls. No, please get me right. The indicator is only for entries in the market. That's why we are calling this training snipe entry. Snipe what? Snipe entry. We want the robot to make some entries in the market for us using our first buy-in amount. Is this clear? Is this clear, ladies and gentlemen? Is this clear? The MACD is not for buying margin calls. It is for making first entry in the market using your first buy-in amount. Okay? Yes. Okay, it is clear. Now, let's come here now under advanced setting. Here, under advanced what? Setting. When you tap under advanced setting, you are going to see the page extends a little bit further. Okay? The page extends a little bit what? Further. Okay? So, when you go a little bit further, you are going to see that what do you want to do with the indicator? You want the indicator, okay, to help you enter the market using your first buy-in amount. That's why here it says first buy triggering condition. First buy triggering what? Condition. What is the condition of you entering the market? Or what is the condition of the robot to enter the market? The condition is that the price should be triggered by an indicator. Are you following, ladies and gentlemen? It is a first buy triggering condition, first of all. But this triggering condition of your first buy-in amount, it should be triggered by what? Remember, it's a price here. It should be triggered by what? Let it be triggered by an indicator. So when you tap on the trigger price here, okay, you are going to see now indicators appearing. Okay, when you tap under trigger price, you are going to see indicators appearing. So you are going to choose which indicator do you want to use for your first buy triggering condition. Which indicator you want to use. So here is the MACD. Here it is. All right. Can you see what I was showing you? There is a 12 here. There is a 26. The only one that I did not explain is the 9, because when you look at the MACD indicator in RoyalQ is different from the one in TradingView, but it does not matter. Okay, your focus should be how to use the indicator to make first entry in the market. So you tap on the MACD. When you tap on the MACD, immediately when you tap, okay, immediately when you tap on it, you are going to see that all settings are brought for you. All settings are what? Are brought for you. Can you see? The golden cross is appearing already here. This is telling us that we are setting this trade in the spot. Okay? We are setting this trade in the spot. I'm going to take you to the futures so that you are also able to see the difference. But this one is in the spot market. We want the robot to pick a trade using the MACD indicator first time entry. Okay, so the golden cross is already there indicated. That's why I was explaining to you so that you are able to understand about the MACD indicator. Where is the golden cross coming from? Now you know. That's why I started there. Okay, so after this has happened, there is a line trigger here. Okay, the line trigger is when it comes to the MACD indicator, there is above the 0 and below the 0. This golden cross. Above the 0 and below the 0. So what is going to be your line of trigger when it comes to the golden cross? So here you choose, here you choose. Do you want a golden cross that is happening above, or you want the RoyalQ robot to monitor a golden cross happening below the 0 line? So you choose here. So when you tap here, you are going to see two arrows. You're going to see two arrows. One is like this, one is like that. Okay? Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? So this is backward. This is forward. The forward, it is above. The arrow that is pointing forward, it means higher. The arrow that is pointing backward, it means below. Okay? So when you choose this arrow, this one here, when you choose this 0 with this arrow, you are telling your MACD indicator, okay, that it should be picked below the 0 line. The golden cross should be the one below the 0 line. While when you pick this one that is pointing forward, you are simply saying, RoyalQ robot, locate a golden cross that is happening above the 0 line for me. Okay? It does not matter. Maybe someone is already asking which one is better, the above or the below. It doesn't matter, because all the golden cross, when they normally happens, yes, you are standing 85%, 95% having a successful trade. Okay, so it doesn't matter. But the thing with the above one is that when a golden cross happens above the zero line, in most cases, okay, it's not all the time, but in most cases, you will see that price will go high up. A golden cross that happens above the zero line, normally the price will pump. Are we together? That's the only difference happening above and below. But what matters is a good point of entry. Don't just enter the market. At least enter when there is buying pressure. Okay? So that is all about these two zeros here when it comes to line of trigger. Let's come to time frame. Let's come to time frame. So let's just choose one here. Let me choose above the zero line. So when it comes to time frame, RoyalQ will be monitoring the golden cross that is happening in the 15 minutes time frame. Please get me right here. That's why I said we are sniping the what? The market. When you snipe the market, you don't stay longer. You don't look for a bigger take profit. You are looking for a small take profit, but many times. You want to enter the market many times and get out. So you are sniping the market. So the RoyalQ MACD that is being monitored, it is only available in 15 minutes time frame. This you cannot change. There is nothing that you do here. Okay? So RoyalQ is going to make an entry of a golden cross that is going to happen in a 15 minutes time frame. Are we together here? Let me find out. Are we still here or I'm alone? Am I still with you or I'm alone here? Yes. Am I still with you? Okay. We are still together. We are still friends. Let me finish up. Let me finish up so that people can go and set the robot. Okay? People can go and set the robot. Because this one has got no condition. You can just set the robot and leave it. It is gonna only pick when a golden cross is happening. You don't need to wait. When should I set it up? You can just set and leave it. The robot is the one that will be monitoring. So you set and go and sleep. Okay? Yes, there is no time when should you set or which coin should I look at. I'm coming there. So let's finish up here, then we go to the futures market. So this is the spot market using the MACD indicator, golden cross happening, right? So remember our strategy period, it is one shot, okay? It is one shot. If you want to trade a cycle, let me explain something here. If you want to trade in a cycle period, you should understand that once the robot enters this trade and then it completes it, meaning to say it sells the trade, okay? It sells the trade. After selling it, it is not going to buy immediately. After selling it, when you are trading in a cycle period, when the robot completes the trade, it is not going to buy immediately. Give me a reason why the robot is not going to buy immediately. Give me a reason in the chat if you are following. Yes, it is going to buy it, but it's not gonna buy it immediately. Since you are trading in a cycle, it means the robot is going to buy this coin again, but it is not gonna buy it immediately after selling. Why? Give me a reason in the chat. Why is the robot not going to buy immediately? Thank you. It is going to wait for another golden cross to happen. It will wait for another golden cross to be triggered, because we've got a condition. When should the robot enter the market? Right? Thank you. Let's finish it up. Let's finish it up. So if you are trading in a cycle, please know that you are having a trade that is set. Okay? When the robot sells, you should know that it's not over. Okay? The robot is still monitoring for another golden cross to happen. So don't forget that my robot has bought when I did not tell it to buy. You have forgotten you are trading in a cycle and you are using MACD. Don't come in the boxes, don't come in the community and say my robot is buying when I did not set it. You forgot you are trading in a cycle. Okay, so after this, then everything is okay. Okay, after setting your line of trigger, after you are setting your MACD, okay, then you can tap save. You can tap save and then you save your settings, right? You save your settings. Now you can start this trade. You can activate this trade. When you activate this trade, it means it is not going to be bought now. It is not going to be bought now. There is also high chances that the robot may not even buy it at all. Because remember, there is a condition of a golden what? A golden cross. So if a golden cross is not happening, the robot is not going to pick this trade. Are we together? It's a condition. Okay? So what should you do in case? For you to stand more chances of you trading, what should you do? What do you think you should do? What do you think you should do? Give me an answer in the chat. What are you recommending you should do? Should you set only one coin or you should set more coins? What do you think you should do for you to stand a chance of the robot picking a trade for you? What should you do? Should you only set one coin or you should set a couple of coins? Yes, you should set more coins using the MACD. Set multiple coins. Now, let's come here and educate each other when it comes to setting up more coins. Let's understand one thing. If you are trading in the spot market, listen to me. If you are trading in the spot market, remember your capital stays in the spot, okay? Your capital is in spot wallet in the exchange. So if you are trading in the spot market, you are setting 5 coins, for example. You have to make sure that you should only leave money in the spot wallet for 1 coin, which is going to be your first buy-in amount. Let me repeat. If you are trading in the spot market, okay, and your first buy-in amount is $10, you have set $10 to be your first buy-in amount. Come into your spot wallet. If there was $100, move the $90, take it to funding wallet. Take it to funding what? Wallet. In the spot market, leave only $10. That is your first buy-in amount. Now you are going to set 10 trades. You are going to set 5 coins. You are going to set 15 coins. Out of these 10, out of the 5, out of the 15, you are only looking for 1 trade. Are we together? You are only looking for 1 trade. So it may happen that in the course of the robot monitoring the 5 coins, 3 of them, golden cross happens simultaneously. You have set 5, but out of the 5, 3 of the coins, golden cross is happening same time. What is going to happen to your capital? Tell me. If you have set 5 coins, you have set 5 coins, and 3 of them, golden cross is happening, and then there is $100 in your spot wallet. What's going to happen to your capital? Tell me. Give me an answer. What's going to happen to your capital? What's going to happen to your capital? If you have set 5 and then the robot spots 4, it spots 3. What's going to happen to your capital? Remember, each and every coin that you have set, your first buying amount is $10. And then 3 of them, golden cross happens. It means the robot is going to buy all those triggered with MACD. So every coin, every trade is going to pick $10 from your wallet. Every coin will use $10 from your wallet. So it is going to buy multiple trades for you. Then what are you doing? You are not managing your wallet. That's why I said that. Leave only the amount suitable as your first buy-in amount. In this scenario, leave $10. If you are using $10 to be your first buying amount, leave only $10 in the spot. Remove the rest to funding, so that if 3 trades are triggered, let only 1 trade use the $10. These ones, they will find out there is no money. There is no money, so they are not going to be bought. Only 1 will pick. So after it has picked, then you're gonna come and cancel these ones. You come and cancel them. They did not buy, so you are not losing anything. So you cancel them. After canceling them, then you can transfer some capital back to the spot for your margin calls of the trade that has been picked. If your allocation of capital is $100, then you are going to bring back the $90 to the spot wallet so that the robot can use it for margin calls. Now it has only used $10. The $90 is for your margin calls. Then you come and transfer the 90 back to the spot so that your margin calls can be bought. Is this clear? Is this clear? We are talking about setting multiple coins for us to stand a chance for the robot to pick at least a trade for us. Is this clear? Is this clear, guys? Let me tell you something as well. When you are doing this, please use AI. Make sure that your AI is on. Okay? Your AI is what? Is on. When you come and cancel the other trades, your AI should be on. Okay? So that when you bring the $90 back to the wallet, okay, you may find out that probably your first margin call has been triggered already. Okay, your first margin call has been triggered already. So immediately when you transfer the $90, you see that the robot is buying. So to avoid that, put on the AI margin call until you have done the transferring and all your margin calls are in order. Then probably you can switch off the AI if you don't use the AI, so that now the robot can start following your margin configuration settings to buy your margin calls. So the AI will help you a delay in buying until you have do the other settings or you have changed the settings. Is this clear? I want to go to futures people now. I want to go to futures people. The spot people, is it clear? The spot people, is it clear? Is it clear? Okay, I should repeat the AI. I'm saying that probably you have set your margin calls to be 0.3, for example, 0.3, 0.5, 0.7. I'm just using this as an example. Your margin configuration, this is 0.3%. Let the robot buy. When the market drops by 0.5, let the robot buy. When the market drops by 0.7, let the robot buy. So I'm saying, when you come, after the robot has picked the trade, when you come to transfer the 90 back to the spot wallet, from where the robot has entered with your first buy-in amount, there is a high chance that the price has gone down already with 0.3. Are you following me? The price has already gone down with 0.3 after the robot has bought. So immediately when you transfer your 90, this is already triggered. The robot is only waiting for money to arrive in the wallet, then it will buy. So when you use AI, remember the AI delays the buying of the margin calls. It delays the buying of the margin calls. So you switch on the AI so that you are able to do all your changes. Okay, you are able to do all the changes correctly. Then after that, you can release whatever you want to release to the robot. If you are still using the AI, fine, leave it like that. But if you are somebody who does not use the AI, then you can switch off. Then the robot will start following your margin configuration settings for your margin calls. The 0 point something or the 1%, the 2%. It will start following that to buy the margin calls. Hence, I'm bringing the issue of the AI. Is it clear? Is it clear? I want to go to the futures people. I'm going to end with the futures people. Is it clear? Sport people, are we clear? Okay. Let's go to the futures people now. We are going to use the same coin, but we're going to only change it to futures, right? We're going to still use the same coin probably. Now let's come to the futures section. We're going to tap here on the futures. Okay. We are still using the same 1,000 swords. Okay. Here is a coin, right? So we are under futures, which is perpetual. So we're going to tap create. I understand. Trade setting. Okay. Manual create over here. Then we're going to come down here to advanced setting. Now, let's understand one thing first. Before we come here, let me go back here. Retain. Let me tap on retain. You want to trade a long. Can you see we do have a long side, short side? Okay. So if you want to trade a long, it's when you are going to use MACD indicator golden cross. Are we together? Please don't confuse these two. If you want to short the market, then you are going to use a death cross. Okay? So don't be surprised that maybe you were looking for a short, but you don't know that it is a long. You are going to find it here because right now it's a long. Okay? When you tap on trade setting, you see that a long is indicated here. A long is indicated here. So as long as it is a long, don't expect down here to give you a death cross. Don't expect down here to give you a death cross. When you tap on advanced setting here, okay, then you choose MACD under your first buy triggering condition. When you choose MACD, don't expect to see a death cross because you have chosen a long here. You have chosen what? A long. So don't expect to see a death cross. So when you tap here, then you choose MACD. You are going to see the golden what? Golden cross here. Okay? Obviously, it's going to be a golden cross. Here, you're going to choose what you want. Already, RoyalQ gives you, it will happen in 15 minutes. The monitoring is in 15 minutes. Right? Are we together here? Whether you want to trade in a cycle, it is the same thing, like what I was explaining. It is the what? The same thing. Is this clear, ladies and gentlemen? Is this clear when you're trading a long in futures? Is this clear? Is this clear? Yeah, we do have participants that want to learn in French. Unfortunately, I'm not a French-speaking person. I think Leader Aminata can do this training in French. Yes, Leader Aminata can do this training in French, so you're gonna be able to understand it in French very well, right? So just keep attending our trainings. We do have different conductors. We do have different trainers. All right? Yes. Can one use AI and margin calls at the same time? Margin calls and AI. Let me explain this. People, they normally get confused. Okay. Margin calls here. Margin calls, it is all about your margin call limit. How many times are you sending your robot to the market? That's what we call margin calls. Okay? Don't confuse these things. Margin calls, it is about your margin call limit. How many times are you sending your robot to go and buy? That is margin calls. All right. Now, when you come here and now set your robot, maybe probably you confuse these two buttons. Let me save this and come here. I want to explain this. Okay. People, they confuse this, the margin call and the AI margin call. When you switch on the margin call, this one, it is a must that it should be on. Okay, this one is a must that it should be on, because without owning this button, these 7 margin calls here are not going to be bought even if the AI is on. Okay? So the margin call, it is about these numbers that you are sending the robot to go and buy. So this should be always on. First of all, this one is the owner of the game. Now, when you switch on AI, what are you doing? When you switch on AI, you are telling this same robot that it should not follow your margin configuration. There are margin configurations here. Your margin configurations are somewhere here. Where are they? Here. Okay? When you switch on the AI, the robot will stop following your margin call drops. When you switch on the AI, the robot is not going to follow this. It will be now using artificial intelligence margin calls. It is the one that is going to choose. If the price drops by 3.5, the robot will calculate, or it will determine, is this the right position to buy or no? It is the one that is going to judge now. After your margin call drop has been achieved, the robot will assess at this point here where the price is it the right place to buy? If it is the right place to buy, it will buy. If it is not the right place to buy, the price will continue to drop up to 4%. So that's why you see when you own AI, your margin calls are delayed to be bought because it is AI that is determining when to buy. So it delays the buying of the margin calls. Did I explain that clearly? Did I explain that clearly, David? Do you understand the difference now? Do you understand the difference between AI and margin call? Yes, margin call is the owner of the game. It should be always on. But when you own the AI, it means your margin call drops. When they are achieved, the AI is going to assess, should I buy or I should not buy? So sometimes you will see that the buying of the margin calls is delayed when AI is on. Let me come back and finish up here. Let me come back here and finish up. Now I am on the long position using MACD. So I was saying that when you are setting a long, don't expect to see a death cross. When you come under advanced setting here, don't expect to see a death cross. If you are setting, where did I come now? Okay, let me go back. I was looking for my cursor. Now I tapped on the wrong place. All right, so I was saying, when you are doing a long, obviously you're gonna look for a golden cross. It is going to show you a golden cross when you tap on it. All right, so you are going to do all the settings here the same way we were doing it in sport. Then after that you save, then okay, you only set here. Okay, can you see it is telling me here? That's the difference when it comes to futures. You need to put your first buy-in amount correctly here. So the first buy-in amount is in terms of number of coins, not USDT. All right, it is now in number of coins. When it comes to futures market, the first buy-in amount is in number of what? Coins. So you need to set this thing correctly, right? But my focus is down here. That's where my focus is, here, right? So if we are to do this, This is 128,000. Let me put 30,000. I mean, 130. Let me put 130,000. Right? Yeah, I think this is it's gonna be allowed. Then I save. Okay, so it has allowed my first buying amount of $5. Then after that, I'm going to tap activate. So the robot will be monitoring a long position that is going to be triggered by a golden cross in MACD. Then it's going to make first buy entry. Right? Is this clear before I go to short? On the long position, is it clear? Is it clear on the long position? Is it clear on the long position? Per setting. Please pay this setting. Can there be liquidation on futures market? Futures market is decorated with liquidation. Futures market is decorated with liquidation. Yes, let me explain something. Okay, I know where this is coming from. Since we are making entry in the market using MACD, the chances are high that we are going to win a trade. Probably that's the reason someone is talking about liquidation. Did I say in my training, did I say that when you are entering the trade using MACD golden cross, did I say that the market cannot go against you? Did I say that the market cannot go against you? Did I say that? Did I say that? Did I say that the market can no longer go against you when you are using MACD golden cross? Did I say that? I did not say that. That's why you still need to have margin calls. Okay? Because yes, the robot can make entry after a golden cross has happened. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to understand something. Okay? The golden cross can be triggered and then the robot buys. Okay? We need to understand how price moves. It does not mean that immediately after golden cross, it means the price will just continue going up. Sometimes it will come down to test the place where it has peaked. If you understand technical analysis, yes. So the market can come down here. Okay, that's where we need our margin calls into place. If you are not using margin calls, you are trading futures, then you should have your maintenance margin ready in the wallet, in your futures account. There should be maintenance what? Margin. So that you are protected from liquidation. Okay? I'm simply saying that in most cases, trades that are picked when a MACD crossover has happened, they are 95% win rate. Okay? 95% win rate. That's what I'm simply saying. I'm not saying that you cannot be liquidated because still something can happen. We don't control the market. The robot does not control the market. Have we ever seen a trade going bizarre after a quality technical analysis has happened? Have we ever seen a trade going bizarre after a quality technical analysis happened? Have we ever seen that? Have we ever seen that? Give me an answer in the chat. Thank you. Uncountable times. So we don't control the market. So this does not mean that the price cannot go against us. We are only looking at high chances, probabilities of winning. How high are they? That's what we are looking at. So don't come tomorrow and say you told us that MACD Golden Cross is a win-win. Don't come tomorrow. I'm warning you. Okay? Hey, I'm warning you. All right. So let's finish up with the short. Let's finish up with the short. All right. So let's come here. We're going to tap on trade setting again. Okay. Before we tap on trade setting, we are doing a short. Remember, it was a long. So we are doing a short now. Okay. We are doing a short. So we have tapped on the short side. It is highlighted. If you wanted a long, it's going to be highlighted like that. So this is a short. So let's come and tap on trade setting. Then we tap on manual. Then we go down here. We tap on advanced. When we come on advanced, we are choosing the triggering condition of our first buy-in amount here under the trigger price. So we are choosing MACD here, right? So immediately when we choose MACD, what is appearing? What is appearing if it is a short? There is death cross there. So the robot is going to pick a trade under death cross. That is a short. The rest is the same. The rest is the what? The same. You only need also to make sure that your first buy-in amount in terms of coins is in order, right? So you come and set here. Let me put in my $5 so that it can allow me to save, right? Yeah. Then I put save here, is done. Then I tap activate, then I wait for the robot to monitor. Now let me explain in terms of wallet management of your funds. Okay, so if you are trading in the futures market, you only need to transfer, okay, you transfer your amount, which is your first buy-in amount. Are we together? You transfer your first buy-in amount to your futures account. The reason is you are going to set many coins. Maybe you're going to set 5, okay? You're going to set 5 that the robot should monitor looking for the short positions. You are setting 5 coins. So if you are going to leave your capital in the futures account more than your first buy-in amount, if it happens that 3 of these coins are triggered, the robot is going to buy all of these 3. Okay? So it is better for you to transfer the money to your futures account only for the first buy-in amount. Are we together? Is that clear? Leave the other money in the spot wallet. Then transfer the amount equivalent to your first buy-in amount, because you don't know out of the 5 coins which one is going to be triggered first, because you are only looking for one. Okay, the reason why you are setting 5, you are making yourself having more chances of your robot picking a trade. Okay, because it's not you who is monitoring the death cross, it is the robot. So you don't know when. Maybe you are fast asleep, you don't know, right? Maybe you are busy with something, you don't know. But we always say, if you are trading, it is better for you, especially in futures, it is better for you to constantly check your robot, because we are talking about futures here. Liquidation is there. You may not know when the robot is going to pick your trade. That's why if you are sleeping and you are trading in futures, you need to be very careful. Yes, you need to be very careful. Yeah. I hope the message has gotten home. Is there a question here? Is there a question here? Is there a question here, or we are together? No. When you transfer your first buy-in amount to the futures account, when the robot picks a trade, you are going to come back and transfer money for your maintenance or for your margin calls. Okay? I'm not saying that after you put in your $10 in your futures account, it should be only $10. No. We are avoiding a scenario where 3 trades are picked at the same time by the robot. We're only looking for one. So once we discover that the robot has picked a trade, then we're going to come and cancel all the ones that are not picked. Then after that, we are going to transfer money from the spot wallet to the futures wallet for our margin calls or for our maintenance margin in the wallet. My friend, when it comes to futures, don't trade in a cycle. That is my recommendation. If you are trading in futures, don't trade using cycle. Yeah. Leader Kate, currently we don't have a batch setting in our RoyalQ robot. Currently we don't have batch setting. Seems like it was removed. It is no longer there. If it was there, I could be teaching you about batch setting, but now it's not there. That's why I'm saying set a couple of trades, a couple of coins, so that the robot is able to have a chance of picking one trade at least. So we don't have batch setting now. Yeah. Okay. The reason why we change our first buy-in amount, let me explain this also. You have just reminded me something. All right. Some they are having a strategy like this. Okay, they are having a strategy like this. They are entering, especially those in the futures, they are entering the market with their first buying amount, let's say $50. Okay, that is the first buy-in amount. Now the robot enters, it buys for them $50. Okay, now they are having 5 margin calls, for example. They are having how many margin calls? 5 margin calls. So for the robot to buy 5 margin calls using $50 again, this is a lot of money. This is a lot of money. So that's why we come and adjust the from $50, probably maybe we make it $5 so that we are able to manage our wallet. That is the reason why we come and change our first buy-in amount. So if we entered with $50, then our 5 margin calls, maybe we have allocated maybe another $50. So we need to come and change this first buy-in amount to another first buy-in amount, which is going to be a second buy-in amount. That is going to fit now the remaining $50 for our margin calls. Is this clear? Why do we change our first buy-in amount? We want it should be equal, or it should balance with our capital. How do you cancel? You just come here on the trade. Okay, you just come here on the trade. When you tap activate, here, and then it is activated, it is going to show red. It's going to show red. Okay, just that I don't have capital in this account. I could have shown you, because if I try to activate, it's not gonna allow me, since there is no capital, right? So it's not gonna allow me to do so. So when you tap activate here, right, it is going to become red after it has been activated. So after that, then you can come and tap cancel. Okay, yeah, you are going to tap, you're gonna come and tap again on the red mark. It means you are canceling it. Whenever you activate a robot, it will write cancel here. So you're gonna come and tap cancel button. You are canceling it. You are not gonna lose anything. You are not pausing it because it did not pick. Are we together? It did not pick. So you just need to come and look for the coin. You need to take note of the coins that you are setting. Okay? Take note of them so that when you look for them, you don't get lost. Then you look for the coins, you open them, then you cancel them. Right? Yes, that's how you cancel an activated trade. That's how you cancel an activated trade. As simple as that. Yes, RoyalQ has got places where you can put stop loss. Actually, it's a price that you set in, that if it comes here, if the price comes here, please don't continue the trade, sell for me. It do have a place. You put in the price, which will act as a stop loss for you. What happens when you what? What happens if the trade is running and you cancel it? When you cancel it, you did not cancel it actually. A trade that is running cannot be cancelled. You only stop it. You just stop it to appear on the running record. It goes to the stopped record. When a trade is active, it has been activated, it has been bought, you cannot cancel it. You only stop it. But at the background, it is still running. You only pause it. Okay, it will show paused. So it goes to the stopped. When you go to your coins, or to your where you check the coins, you're going to see somewhere running, the other side is stopped. So there are coins under running, there are coins under stopped. So when you go to stopped, you're going to see the coins that you have paused. So you did not cancel them, they are still running. The leverage is up to you, but it disturbs. If you are using 10 for the first buy-in amount, when you are changing your first buy-in amount, let it still remain 10. Okay? Don't change the leverage. Let the leverage be the same. If you used 10 in the first place, when you are changing your first buy-in amount, let it be still your 10. It disturbs the trade in the exchange. Are we together, Phils? Phils, are we together? Don't tamper with the leverage. If you are using X1, let it be X1. Any other questions before we call it a night? iPhone, yes, you can change your first buying amount while the trade is running. You can change your first buy-in amount. You can do any setting. You can change any setting while the trade is running. It does not malfunction the robot. No. You can edit the settings while the robot is still running. Any questions? Any other question? Currently, you cannot set Nimrod. Currently in RoyalQ, you cannot set an alert for a MACD. You can only set for a price increase or a price decrease. You can only set a price alert on the coins, but you cannot set a MACD alert in RoyalQ. It's not there. It's not there. That's why we are saying set many trades. There is no MACD alert in the trade. I mean, in the coin. I mean, in RoyalQ. Sorry, yeah. There is no MACD alert in RoyalQ. Okay. Yes. So let me see here. Let me see here. Okay. Now I wanted to show you here. I wanted to show you how to put a stop loss, but I cannot do it here, unfortunately, because I need to start this trade first. Okay. I need to start this trade and I can be able to put in a stop loss price. But right now I can't. So I cannot do so because in this account I don't have capital. I just used it for training. I see someone is asking, where do you put the stop loss? There is a place where you put a stop loss when you are having a running trade. If someone is having a running trade, I can show them where they can put a stop loss. Right? Yes. It is there. It is there in our RoyalQ robot. Yeah, there is even a video for that. I think we're gonna share the video again in our RoyalQ Revolution group. Yeah. Okay. So I think we are cool. Yes, when you set your robot and then you are floating, then you open margin calls and then the robot start buying your margin calls. You are going to see that your floating loss will start to decrease. I could explain better if I was doing a spot trade. Yeah, because there's a little bit of a difference with a spot trade and a futures trade. The only difference in futures is when you are doing a short and then the robot buys your margin calls. All right. When you are trading in futures, you are doing a short, the robot buys your margin calls. What normally happens is different from what normally happens when you're trading in a long. Because in a long, when the robot buys margin call, it brings your average price closer to the current price. But when you're doing a short, it's opposite. It's opposite. Yes. If I was having time, I could share that so that you are able to see. But when you are buying margin calls, you should know that the robot is buying more asset. So your floating loss percentage decreases. But if you are to talk about futures and then we talk about liquidation, is a different issue. Okay. Yes, the training was recorded. The training was recorded. So it's going to be shared. It's going to be shared. Guys, I'm not going to be able to finish all the questions. Yes, let's leave it here for tonight. Let's leave it here for tonight. I'll be here again with the same training next week, Thursday. I'll be here again with the same training next week, Thursday. So we're going to ask more questions during the upcoming training. All right. We can stay here until morning. We're not going to finish it. So thank you so much, guys, for attending tonight's training. I hope that it was beneficial. You have benefited. You have learned something. It's going to increase your chances of trading. Yes. If you are somebody who always misses the signals, you always find them late, then you can come here and use this strategy of MACD. You set coins at your own time, then you leave them. The robot is going to monitor for you, right? It is another chance for you. If you are not good at technical analysis, it is the same thing. Come and try what I'm sharing here. You're going to be thankful. You're going to thank me later. Which question is that, Samik? Samik, which question did you ask now that I did not answer? You asked it many times. Which question is that? I'm trying to scroll here. Can I find it? Samink, what happened to the rest of the trade if I'm not around? Is that the question? If you are trading in futures and you have set the robot to buy and you are not around, you are not around to put in maintenance margin, what is going to happen to you if the trade has gone against you? You're going to be liquidated. You're going to be liquidated. That's why I said when you're trading in the futures market, it is very important for you to constantly check your robot. Yes, it's very important. So you will be liquidated. Samink, you'll be liquidated if you're not around, especially with the futures market. Yeah, the futures market is the fast market. Is the fast market. I said that whether you are using golden cross does not mean that the price cannot go against you. Whether you are using golden cross to enter does not mean that the price will never go against you. Yes, we are talking about the futures market here. If you are trading in the spot market, it's okay. You can relax. Yes, future spot market, you can relax. Don't worry. You can go and don't come back where you go. Don't come back. Stay there. You're going to still find your trade. You're going to only find it in floating, whether it can be in floating loss or in floating profit. But in futures market, my friend, don't go far. You need to come back wherever you're going to go. Okay. All right. So I think we are okay. Are we still friends? Are we still friends before I leave? Are we still friends, guys? Are we still friends? I'm about to leave now. Are we still friends? Okay. All right. Okay. So that's it for today. That's it from me. I will see you again next week, Thursday, for the same training. I will try to sacrifice. Yes. so that we keep winning together. We are doing this for those that are busy, that does not attend our technical analysis classes. Sometimes they also miss signals. Yes. So there's still room for you. There's still room for you. You can still come and pick coins at your own time, but remain patient. Okay? You need to remain patient because it is the robot that is monitoring the buying. It's not you. So remain patient when you do this process. Right. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. I wish you all the best. I wish you all the best. Yes, liquidation is still happening, but don't take it to heart. Don't take it to heart. Try to understand and learn wallet management as well as risk management. Then you are going to be a survivor of liquidation if you are trading in futures. All right. The market is still doing what it always does, but that does not stop us from winning. Yeah, that does not stop us from winning. So, guys, thank you so much. My co host, thank you so much. Wish you all the best. We love you all. Take care. Be safe. Bye bye for now.